I've been prompted to make this video because of a recent focus I've seen on donating plasma and a concern of there being a potential blood shortage due to the current restrictions, etc. I have Rh negative blood, and this puts me into a percentile of single digits, I understand. But more importantly, it makes me a universal donor. And being Rh negative, or zero negative as we say in the UK, might be the coolest thing about me. In every other respect, I'm just about as average a man as you could meet. But when I lived in the UK, I would donate blood regularly. In fact, I would be contacted by the NHS on a regular basis as soon as they deemed it safe to hose another batch out of me. But in the US, I am prohibited from doing so, and I established this a little while ago. I made a whole different video about it, but to keep this short, the reason is not because I'm, or ever was, an intravenous drug user or something like that. It is because in the 90s in the UK, we had an outbreak of CJD, or mad cow disease as it's more commonly known. And as such, in the US and some other countries, there is a blanket ban. Now, the reason I'm doing this now is at this moment, if I Google where I sit in Bozeman, Montana, Rh negative blood, a big red banner pops up pleading with me to donate. Clearly, there's always a shortage of universal blood, but at this moment in time, with all the pressure on the hospitals and such like, it's probably more acute. There's an additional reason, though, because whilst a lot of people will understand that Rh negative blood is a universal blood type, what fewer will is that there's a very rare strain of blood which is Rh negative and CMV negative. CMV being a virus that I understand lives in about 80% of us by the time we're 40, and whilst we basically go along perfectly happily with this, for babies and particularly newborns that for whatever reason may need a transfusion, I understand it can be fatal. When I was giving blood in the UK, I was CMV negative. I have no reason to believe that situation has changed. I'm not a parent, but I do know a lot of parents, and I know they tend to be very fond of their kids. And I think if I were the parent of a baby in desperate need of what I have, I would be prepared to take a chance, especially given that this is something that happened 30 years ago or so. And while I understand there is a concern about long-term incubation, I'm equally not aware of too many Brits who in the last 25 years or so have developed a penchant for chewing sideways or randomly walking into walls. So I'm thinking that there might be the need for a little perspective here. Having this cool blood that's in desperately short supply, I feel as though it might be time for somebody with the authority to do so to readdress this situation. I've looked and I can find no evidence to support that it has happened, but if I'm wrong or if it does get changed, I'm here, and I've got a little space in the calendar right now.